Hello everyone, this is Dr. Sverdlov, leader of the new Viking people in the Kuiper Belt. My people are coming to take over again. Go on. Wanna kiss me?
Okay. No. All right. Speaking of which, people taking over. I have been talking to you quite a bit. We talked about this back in 2002 about intersex people. And I have an
Does that mean when they get together, it's an intersection?
No. They have to read the book if they really want to know what happens. We have a victory for intersex people, which I'm glad for the intersex people. The thing that's not so great for is those who are pretending to be intersex people.
How can you pretend that if you have parts?
Because they identify things. We're looking at chromosomal markers here. So for a person that actually has the chromosomal, neither male nor female chromosomal markers, so to speak, they can't identify them. This man was born in 1958. His name is...
He's a young'un.
Dana Zyme, I think is the way he says his name. He was actually denied a U.S. passport because he did not want to be marked as neither male nor female. Now, what's interesting to me, the article says he's intersex and identifies as neither male nor female. Now, he doesn't identify as neither male nor female. He actually is neither male nor female according to his chromosomes.
So then how can they deny him?
That's what he's saying. Now, he won his case. He will get the passport.
Okay.
He will not have to put on their male or female. Apparently, there are 10 other countries that issue passports with gender markers other than female or male. Most use the X gender marker, which is actually recognized by the International Civil Aviation Organization, which sets travel document standards.
I bet none of them are Muslim.
Australia, Bangladesh, Canada, Denmark, Germany, India, Malta, Nepal, New Zealand, and Pakistan offers non-binary options. Yes.
Where they flog people for, exposing their shoulder?
Surprise. Mr. Zyme, or what, I'm not sure if how he uses that.
Is that a real
Dana,
name? I don't think that's a real name.
He was raised as a boy. He underwent several irreversible, painful, and medically unnecessary surgeries before joining the U.S. Navy as a male. He served 6 years in the Navy, but chromosomally, he's neither male nor female. If you want to know more about true intersex people, read this book.
But what does he have?
Well, it doesn't say, but if you read the book, it'll tell you how there are a lot of people, more than people realize, who are not born with normal genitalia and with this issue. And I did look this up. I think I reported on this. I can't remember when. The Intersex Society, which we used as a lot of research for this particular book, they no longer exist anymore, interestingly enough. They've morphed into other things, but I think I have reported that. So anyway, I felt that was a positive step for intersex people. Unfortunate for those who are identifying and are not really chromosomally one thing or the other. So anyway, got issues there. Now, here's another interesting LGBTQ story.
M-O-U-S-E.
Did you read about the meteorologist? His name is Marshall McPeake, who's the chief meteorologist for Sinclair Broadcast Group, owned Fox 28 and ABC 6 in Columbus, Ohio, who made offending remarks at the Association of LGBTQ Journalists Convention. Did you read about that?
No.
He said, let me see if I can find this in my notes. He welcomed a crowd of lesbian, gay, bisexual, transgender, and queer news professionals as ladies and gentlemen, things and its.
Well, he must have a really good sense of humor. See, I would say something like that.
Yeah, but the thing is it made everybody mad.
Oh,
of
please.
course. So he had to apologize, and then he resigned his, I'm not sure if this stands for his NLGJA membership. Whatever that is. You'll look at it, read the article.
M-O-U-S-E.
Yeah. So anyway, I thought that was rather interesting. But again, there's a reason he said it. So perhaps he's trying to make people think of what are you doing to yourself here.
That's very funny.
Some of them we've talked about. We do reality of sexuality. Some of you really are, and a lot of you just think you are.
I think he's trying to make a statement. Like, it's so stupid to have all these specific labels like that.
Maybe.
It's ridiculous.
Yeah, that could very well be.
I think that's what he meant.
In fact, it was interesting because I saw a story that's just now circulating but it actually was an old story, so I didn't want to report on it. But it was about a woman who was identified as a giraffe.
No, I make that up. It's
No,
true. Ah!
She put metal rings on her neck, I think.
I want to meet her.
For 15 years, because that's what a lot of the African women did for other reasons, obviously. But she wanted to stretch her neck up, and it got up to 5 pounds. I think it was 15 years, and she said her neck was feeling weak, but she even had herself...
Did she have like a really long neck?
No,
but
she said it was getting weak and hurting her. And she said she snapped out of it, because I tell you this is programming. So when, at some point, if something happens and you snap out of something...
So they snapped her neck.
It means you're snapping out of an altar. But they actually had a picture of her. She was nude, and she had her body painted as a giraffe.
Did she like eat leaves from trees?
But thank God she didn't tattoo it, because what if she snapped out of it? Now I'm thinking, oh my God, I'm tattooed like a giraffe. What do I do, right?
I like giraffes.
I like them too, but I don't want to look like one. But I told you in the last podcast with kids, if they put on, I use the explanation of elephant ears. Your kids walk around with elephant ears. Oh my God, Stuart, what should I do?
I have elephant ears.
They want to be an elephant. What do we do? Let's run to a pediatrician. Let's get them an elephant costume. Let's make when they go to school.
Okay, calm down.
When they walk out of a closet, now the other kids in the school have to call them an elephant.
I'm having myself altered to look like a scorpion.
I don't think that's a good idea at all.
No, you will.
At
You'll like
all. Anyway, this is going to happen because it's happening. Anyway, I want you to know that in Australia, the childhood demand for sex reassignment treatment surges to a record high. Childhood sex reassignment treatment.
That's because they're upside down on their heads.
It says the number of children seeking transgender treatment in Victoria will surge to 300 this year alone, just in Victoria, according to new public hospital figures. Now, there's a professor, Associate Professor Telford. I don't think I have her full name, but it's a female. I think she should be prosecuted.
Why?
Because she said that she's head of this program in the public hospitals. And in 2003 to 2007, in 4 years, they only had 3 patients. Well, guess what? With her, now, with her wonderful thing, because she helped write the recommendations for all these kids, now, by the end of this year, they have 1,000 children that are going to be seen.
That are going to change their sexual identity.
Well, that are considering it. So, therefore, the programming is working. It went from 3 to 1,000. So, great job, not Professor Telford.
That'll make Australia a very strong country.
Now, she did say that apparently wait times for appointments are up to 14 months as hospitals struggle to cope with these influx of patients. So, instead of seeing a regular doctor, they now have nurse consultants and junior doctors, whatever that means. I guess they're in training. So the wait time is down to 4 months to do the initial assessment.
I'm sure they'll give them professional advice.
Now listen to this. From there, once they see the nurse consultant and the junior doctors, then they get pediatric and psychological approval to begin puberty blockers and hormone therapy.
How old are these children?
Children. So
how old?
18 and under. 18 and under. Now, right now, the public hospital does not offer gender reassignment surgery. They call this bottom surgery. Remember I told you about bottoms and astral attachments. Okay, bottom surgery is anything below the waist, is not recommended for children and teenagers because of its effect on sexual and reproductive function, according to this professor. And I'm saying that loosely. And I'm going to tell you, puberty hormone puberty hormone blockers and puberty blockers.
That's not right.
That doesn't affect sexual and reproductive function. That doesn't mess them up, but the surgery does. Right.
I'd like to see their parents.
But she said top surgery, that's above the waist. She said that's okay. But she said it's very distressing for them not to be able to have top surgery. These are children, right? She said when you still have prominent breasts, it's very distressing and actually leads to quite a lot of discrimination, stigma, and bullying at school. So she said the evidence that we have from a medical perspective is top surgery can be really helpful and therapeutic.
I heard that.
So apparently a family court used to be the only ones who could say children and teenagers could get the hormone therapy. They don't have to do that anymore. And hormones are covered by the, get this, pharmaceutical benefits scheme.
That's benefits?
Scheme.
That word doesn't belong
scheme,
there.
But puberty blockers are not. So now this professor are drawing up new guidelines for treating transgender children and teens, and published it in the Medical Journal of Australia.
Yeah, Australia's turning into be a really super country.
she said that access to treatment was still lacking in many parts of Australia, and it says the hidden price tag of being transgender is $100,000.
And that's the whole bottom line
Right.
for why they're
When I
doing
saw that, yeah, well, it's part of the bottom
Hello,
line.
they don't give a shit about the children. They care about the $100,000.
Well, and they care about the programming that they're installing. They're making them pay for their own programming, and people are doing it. Now, this is the plus side that I'm going to tell you about, because apparently there's a critical shortage of surgical specialists in Australia. There's only 2 in the Sydney area and only 1 actively practicing. And that doctor agrees that gender affirmation surgery for many is a matter of life and death, because he says the suicide rate for the trans community is significantly higher than the general population. So he's arguing that it should be fully covered by Medicare, even if it doesn't fit the traditional definition, because without it they might consider trying to end their life. Now I'm going to tell you, these people have psychological issues to start with.
Right. It has
So-
nothing to do with their sexuality.
Exactly. So changing their sexuality is not going to fix what's going on in their head.
That's right.
You got to fix their head, not their bodies. This is ridiculous. So the good news is there's only 1 practicing surgery, which means maybe people will think about things, or parents will wake up before something unfortunately is irreversibly done, and only 2 endocrinologists in the area who will deal with the puberty hormone and blockers. So that means that doctors who are in the business, the surgeons and the endocrinologists, do not agree, and they won't do this. So kudos to those doctors who are refusing to participate. That's why they're bringing in the nurse consultants and the junior doctors, because they can't get the older school people to do what they want done and enforce the programming. So anyway, that's my story.
Well, when my people come, that's all going to change.
True Reality of Sexuality, please read it. Hyperspace Helper, basic deprogramming exercises, 13 cubed if you want to know more about deprogramming. And please get our health and healing books, Hyperspace Plus, Healing Archetypes and Symbols. Don't do these things. Don't listen to the programming. Don't fall into what they're trying to make you do. They're trying to program you and make you pay for it. It's ridiculous.
Use the parts your mama gave you.
There you go. So take care until next time.
Bye from space.
Bye.